Hello there, my name is Maxine. Welcome to my yoga YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're going to work on upper body strength. I've heard it being said quite a few times recently that yoga doesn't build strength. You have to go to the gym to build up strength, but that's so untrue. I rarely go to the gym and I have built up a lot of strength due to my yoga practice. So as always, let's begin standing on foot, nice and tall, feet either together or hip width apart, slightly turned in over, which aligns the joints nicely. Shoulders softly roll back and down, tucking the pelvis under. Imagine there was a thread pulling from the top of your head up to the sky, reaching up with a nice deep inhale, palms together, and exhaling to prayer, just holding it here for a moment. Tuning into the breath, maybe it's a deep breath in and a sigh out if you wanted to release any stress and tension that you might be holding on to, and then just tuning into a natural rhythm in and out through the nose, closing the eyes, just arriving into the body, feeling the feet firmly planted on the ground, the palms pressed together, and maybe set an intention, whatever that may be personal to you. But most importantly, following the breath throughout. Whatever you're doing, as long as you're following the breath, then you're not doing anything wrong. So let's first of all take ourselves towards the back end of the mat and bringing it down by a chair pose, and then onto the tippy toes, lowering it down onto our hunkers, and then you can take the hands to the ground, or you can gently just lower the knees to the ground, sweeping the arms down by our sides. And let's circle the shoulders forward, up, back, around and down. Inhale as we open the heart, and exhale as we round it down, and the opposite way. Inhale, exhale, and then inhale up to the sky, flip the palms up to the sky, and just take a gentle rock over from side to side, slipping the bum off the heels as we reach over to the opposite side, taking a nice stretch down either side of the body. Nice deep breaths, and then release the palms and interlock the fingers behind the back, shoulders back, chest through. Straighten the arms if you can. So the more you pull the shoulders back and the more you get the chest through, the more chance you will have of straightening the arms, but don't worry if they're not straight. Take a nice deep inhale as we open the heart to the sky, and then exhale, fold it. If you feel you are going to topple, you could release the hands and help yourself down, and then reconnect them. Rest in the forehead, hips, hands up to the sky. Maybe a gentle rock from side to side here. Deep breaths. And then let's bring it up, release the hands and interlock the fingers, taking the arms forward. So the knees are underneath the hips, and first of all actually checking that the elbows are directly underneath the shoulders just by reaching the fingertips around the elbows, and then pressing the forearms into the mat with the hands interlocked, or you don't have to interlock the hands, you can have the palms pressed into the ground. And then we're going to lift up onto the toes and lift the hips, sink it back into a dolphin. So aligning the arms with the back. Several breaths here. And then we'll take the gaze forward, take an inhale first of all, and then exhale the chin over the fists. Inhale back, so you can modify that by making it easier by taking the feet out or lowering onto the knees. So two other options that simplify. Forward, so exhale either from further back, or you may Intensify by walking the feet in a little closer than before. Exhale over, inhale back and forward. Pushing back into the heels, sinking, melting the heart, aligning the arms with the back. So as many times as you can do, maybe 3, 4, 5, and then rest it back into a child pose. And just rest for several breaths. Always remembering, whenever you need to take a break, feel free to come down into a child pose of your choice, and that the pauses in between the poses are actually more important than the poses themselves. And then let's take another round of that. So lift it up. An average position would be knees underneath the hips. Under the toes again, lift it up, sink it back. So modify, either simplify, take the feet out, or come onto the knees and over, or intensify, bring the feet in a little closer, and inhale, exhale over the fists, inhale back, exhale. And when you are ready, once again, take a child pose of your choice. And then now, once again, pressing the forearms into the mat, we're going to take the legs back and bring it into a plank. So let's hold a plank here. So with a plank, we want the body in alignment with the legs, pushing through the forearms. Make sure your bum's not up here and you're not collapsing the hips here. We want to really activate, engage in the core. Just focusing on the breath. Well done. Rest it down if you need to, so you could just lower the knees to simplify. Really nice, deep, slow, conscious breaths. And then let us tip it onto one side. So releasing the hands, taking the palm to the ground and bring it up. You could lower the knee down to simplify here. Lift the leg up, arm up. So either with knee down, off the foot. Lift up the leg. It's okay to feel a little shaky. And then maybe open it up, take the leg back, baby wild thing. So maybe averaging on about 5, 6 breaths. Maybe you can simplify lowering the knees. And then the opposite side. Again, lowering the knee if need be, or off the foot. And then bend. And baby wild thing, pushing the hips and the heart up to the sky. And then back to centre. It's quite intense. tense. Let's focus on that breath. And then let's lower it down. Take the hands, the arms parallel at the Sphinx here. Just taking a little breath. Maybe a little sway from side to side. And then let's push up through the palms into seal, depending on if that's comfortable for your spine. While we're here, just take a moment to notice how we can rotate the elbows as well. If we rotate the backs of the elbows will out over. They're going to bend that way. Fine for thread the needle and the likes of that, but most of the time, just make sure the insides of the elbows are rotated forward. So when we bend the elbows, they will always tuck into our ribs. And so from here, let us lift up the thighs off the ground. Maybe give the bum cheeks a little squeeze and pulse the thighs together. Imagine there was a beach ball in between your thighs. And then from here, let's lift up the arms. See if you can maintain the distance of the chest off the ground. And let's sweep the arms down by the sides. Rest the forehead. Just give the hips and the shoulders a little wiggle and jiggle, allowing the body to feel like jelly. And then let's lift up the head, interlock the fingers behind the back, pull the shoulders back, chest through, lift it up, lift the legs if you can, and bend the knees, bringing the feet towards the bum cheeks, sorry, not towards the bum cheeks, towards the hands, and grab for the feet if you can, both together. If not, just take one at a time, and then alternate. And release. Legs straight. Rest the head on the backs of the hands, and again, it's a little wiggle, jiggle. Nice deep breaths. And then let's just take the hands down by our sides, lift it up into either a cobra or an up dog, or even a sphinx if your spine's not that flexible at this point. And let's lift it up, take a wide knee child pose, really lengthening, stretching out the spine, and stretching the arms out, resting the forehead, active arms or passive arms or prayer behind the head. And then gaze forward, plant the palms, bring the knees in underneath the hips. And let's take some cat-cows here. Inhale, chin up, tailbone up. Exhale, arch the back, round it in. Just a massage off the spine. So just warming up the wrists as well at the same time. Over, forward, over. At the front, to the side, back around. And then inhale, chin up, tailbone up, tuck the toes under, lift it, sink it back into down dog. Aligning the arms with the back, hips to the sky, heels towards the ground. You can bend the knees to help push the hips up. You want to melt the heart, but we don't want to collapse it, so we'll push the ground away through the palms. Maybe pedal the feet. Gently sway the hips. And then gaze forward. Either walk the feet to the hands or rock it. And bunny hop to the front, fold it in here. Bending the knees. Bring the chest to the thighs, head towards the shins, maybe hug it in. Nice deep breath, deep stretch. And then let's sweep it up. Nice deep inhale. And exhale, pray. So just taking a moment here, closing the eyes, checking out the posture, tuning into the breath. Just to notice how we feel. Any sensations in the body. Maybe you can notice the subtle energy body beginning to flow more freely now. And let's take the arms down by our side. So inhale up to the sky, slight back bend, pray. Soften the knees, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway flat back, hands could be on the shins or the thighs or the ground, bend the knees. And let's step one leg back into plank, followed by the other. So from here, let's just hold for several breaths in plank position. And then the options are, because we're going to take it forward into half plank, down, through and up dog. So you could take that down or lower the knees to simplify. Take it forward, down to the ground, shoulders back, through and up, cobra or up dog. So let's take it to down dog. We've got the feet quite a distance back here to fit the length of the body in. So let's take several nice deep breaths here. Pushing the ground away through the palms, fingers spread wide always. Gaze forward, inhale, exhale to plank. Knees down, forward, down, through and up, shoulders back, cobra up dog. And then back to down dog. So we're going to repeat this and just stepping it up a little, or just staying where you are from the previous one with the knees down or not. Forward. So the forearms are vertical. Lower down, halfway all of the way. Pull the shoulders back and push up. Dog. And again, finding that down dog with the distance between the hands and the feet to fit the length of the body in with the plank. Several nice deep breaths. Finding that nice strong triangle, aligning the arms with the back. So gaze forward, inhale, exhale, plank. So you can do one of the two first options, or forward, halfway, through and up before you reach the ground. Well done. And then let's take a wide knee child pose, just to rest it down. Pressing the fingertips into the mat with active arms, just to stretch out the wrists. Several nice deep breaths. And let's take the gaze forward, walk the hands over to one side, reach and stretch and lengthen over the thigh. And then back through centre. Several nice deep breaths. And back to centre. Just melt the heart, rest the forehead. And then let's lift it up, bring the hands in, knees together. Give the wrists a little circle, massage. One direction, then the other. Nice deep breaths, and then maybe just flick out the fingers, make fists and flick, fist and flick. Just do whatever feels good for you. Just keep circling or flicking. And then let's take the arms out in front, cross over the wrists, and turn the palms to face. And then take an inhale, exhale, rolling round it down. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Inhale up, and exhale, fold. Inhale up halfway and release. Cross the opposite way around. That way. And exhale, fold. Inhale to the sky. And exhale, fold. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. And last time, inhale up. And exhale, fold. Bring the arms up and release. Let's take a nice deep inhale. And pray. So just taking that moment of stillness in between. Just feel, after that exertion we've been through, just take a moment to appreciate the release, the exhilaration, the peace and the calm. And then let's plant the palms, bring it back into tabletop. Maybe move it around a little. And just any way which feels good for you. Just feel any way into the body, closing your eyes, just massaging off the spine. And then let's inhale again, chin up, tailbone up, tuck the toes, lift it up, sink it back once again into a nice strong downward facing dog. Maybe pedal the feet, gently sway the hips. And then gaze forward. Once again, either walk the feet to the hands or rock it and bunny hop to the front of the mat, folding it in once again, just so we can get a nice deep stretch down the backs of the legs. And then release and inhale up to the sky. Exhale into prayer. Whew. Well done. Always have some water handy just to keep rehydrated in between. And then before we begin, as always, check out the posture, feet slightly turned in over, pelvis tucked under, shoulders softly roll back and down. And then arms down in mountain pose, inhale to the sky, exhale, fold, inhale halfway flat back. Now this time you can try and jump back into chaturanga or step back as we did before into plank. So if you want to try and jump back into chaturanga, already want to try and have the elbows bent in preparation, and then lifting up the hips and jumping it back, and then through and up. So you could just take the steps and stages of stepping back, lowering the knees, down, through and up, or plank, down, through and up, or plank, halfway down and through and up. So you're building strength with all of those different steps and stages. So let's, after that, take another child pose, just to massage off the spine there after the up dog. And then let's come back into our plank. Step it up onto one side. You could lower the knee here and then lift up the leg, or side plank, lift up the leg, and wild thing. You can release the arm over, or you could cactus the hand, the arm. And then bring it back to plank. So we can hold it here. Always have the fingers spread wide. And remember, aligning the arm, the back with the legs. Don't sink, don't lift it up too high. And then the opposite side. Again, option knee down, or from the foot. Well done. It's intense. Whoop, and then into wild thing. Hips and heart to the sky. And back to plank. Engage in the core, lower the knees if you need to. And then steps and stages, either lower the knees, forward, down, through and up. Or if you've built up enough strength, forward, down, through and up. Ooh, well done. Wide knee child pose, or knees together, whichever you prefer. Stretch it out, rest it down. And bring it up when you're ready. Knees together, and maybe give the wrist another little massage. One way then the other. Flick the fingers out maybe. Whatever feels good for you. Arms down by the sides. Inhale up to the sky. And exhale, reach down on over one side. Several breaths. And back to center. Inhale, exhale, reach over, really stretching down the side body. And back to center. And exhale, prayer. And then from here, you could go over the trying the jumping back into chaturanga before you move on to the next part. So just stop the video and give that another try, or just take several more rounds of the plank, maybe lowering the knees, just keeping the elbows tucked into the ribs, remember, as we take the weight forward, down and through and up. So try that again if you want to take a few more rounds of that. Otherwise, just follow me on here with the next little sequence. So from here, we want to bring it, we're going to bring it through onto our bums. So we could either cross the ankles and sit it back and bring the legs through, or the alternative would be to bring a down dog, or you can swivel it round onto your bum if that was a little bit difficult as well, and rock it and just jump it through. So three options there. You could just come from your knees, swivel around, or from tabletop, cross the ankles and sit back. So from here, let us just lean it forward, walking the bum cheeks back out of the way, folding it in, getting a nice deep stretch down the backs of the legs in between. Bringing the gaze forward a little closer. So aiming here, we're hinging from the hips, so we're not rounding down. If you needed to bend your knees as much as this, that would be perfectly fine, because we want to hinge from the hips so the chest is coming towards the thighs. And if your chest's touching the thighs there, you could maybe slide the feet out until your chest wasn't going to touch anymore, then just stop there or continue further, depending on your flexibility. Nice deep breath, deep stretch, a little closer. And then lift it up. And then from here, going to bring it into reverse tabletop. So bringing the feet in, finding the right position of the hands to be underneath the shoulders and the knees to be underneath the hips. So in that reverse tabletop, keep the hips high, so you want a nice flat table. Can't be eating off a table that's like this. Want to lift it as high as you can and hold it for as long as you can. Bring down and take rests in between. Just lower it down, maybe have several breaths and lift it up again. Pushing the ground away, really tensing through the arms. Really activate. If you feel a bit shaky, just tense it up a little further. Squeezing it up. Maybe lift up one leg. Conscious breath. And exchange. Take breaks in between if you want to. Feel my heartbeat pounding away here. And we'll just rest it down now, because I'm sure everyone's getting quite tired there. And then let's give those wrists another little massage in one direction and the other. Flicking the fists out, the fingers, just shaking the hands. And then let's lean back. Shoulders just wide of the, hands just wide of the shoulders. And then we're going to pull the chest through, shoulders back, Lift up the hips. So we're in reverse plank now. So we want aim to be on the soles of the feet. If you aren't on the soles, maybe just bring the heels in slightly, and that'll enable you to come into the soles a little more easily. Squeezing those bum cheeks, lifting up the hips. So this is really getting quite intense since I've just done the reverse tabletop. So you can see how we can build up strength through yoga now. Don't forget, oh actually that's another option, you can bring the feet in, alternating, so you're taking the weight onto the opposite foot. Nice deep conscious breath, well done. It's okay to feel shaky, don't worry about that. Squeeze those bum cheeks, lift those hips, chest to the sky, heart to the sky. And let's bring it down. Ooh. Give it a shake out there now. That is really quite intense. Let's just lean it forward, walk those bum cheeks back. Lift it up, lengthen through the spine. Nice deep inhale, and just let's relax it down. And bring it up with a nice deep breath in. Rolling it down now, one vertebra at a time. And arms down by the sides, palms facing up over. Closing the eyes, filling up the lungs, and a big sigh out through the mouth. Just release and let go, surrender. Just let the physical body melt into the earth below, feeling the weight of the head, the backs of the shoulder blades, the backs of the arms, right down to the backs of the knuckles, just melting away into the earth below. Nice deep breath, feeling the weight of the back and the bum cheeks, just melting to the earth below, the legs, the calves, the weight of the feet, the heels, just melting into the earth. Letting go of anything that doesn't serve us, any worries, any cares, any baggage that you've been holding on to, just release it. Let it be absorbed by Mother Earth and taken care of. As you look into the centre of the forehead, relaxing the forehead, just looking into the emptiness, with the lightness of the breath and the subtle energy body flowing freely, just float into that space. You've letting go of the heaviness, the body is weightless. Just look deeper into the nothingness. Immerse yourself further into that emptiness. Just breathing it out. Anything that comes into your mind, just sigh it out on the exhale, breathe it away. And just feel lighter and lighter as we rise up on the inhale. And as we know, Shavasana is the most important part of the practice. So please just stay here as long as you wish to, at least 5-10 minutes or even longer. As long as you've got, just relax. Otherwise, prepare to wake up the physical body just by giving the hands and the feet a little circle in one direction. Nice little ankle and wrist massage before we go. And take a nice deep inhale. Exhale the knees into the chest, curling into a ball. Nice little rock from side to side. Gives you a nice little back massage. And then either roll on up to one side in fetal position or just sit up. And let's finish off in a cross-leg position or a half or full lotus position. Taking a nice deep breath in. Let's exhale as we twist. Have a nice little twist round to the side. Back to center. Inhale. Exhale. A little twist to the opposite side. And back to center. Inhale. Exhale to the heart. Taking some nice last deep conscious breaths, just knowing that our breath is our best friend to allow us to reconnect and reclaim our natural state of being, of peace and calm and love and joy. And as always, before we end the class, a moment of gratitude, just to give yourself a little thank you for the time you have taken for your practice, your body for what it's achieved, and also being in a state of gratitude always lifts our spirits and raises our vibration. So if you're ever feeling a little low, you would just need to take the simple steps of slowing the breath down and maybe thinking of 3 things that you are grateful for. Perfect little pick-me-up. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. Well done, everyone. Bye.